I'm actually so glad you asked this question. This is all I could just talk about this for at least 10 minutes or so. What's the best root beer brand? Actually I could probably concise it to about 2 minutes or so. The best root beer brand, okay? I have pretty strong, pretty confident opinions on this. You see, the three major root beer brands are going to be your A&W, your Mug, and your Barks. Barks is often forgotten, okay? People forget about the Barks with the bite, okay? Barks is kind of a boomer root beer brand. It's kind of what your grandma or your grandfather might have in their like second freezer, or like in the back of their fridge, you know, deep inside. Like it might be in like the garage refrigerator, or you find like a dusty 12 pack like on top of the refrigerator that's been like buried back there for 20 years. But Barks, A&W, and Mug, okay? Let's rank them. I don't know things like Dad's root beer. There's other brands that I haven't really had and haven't had enough of to really speak on it. But I can aggressively discuss Barks, A&W, and Mug, okay? Mug, let's start with, and there's two different rankings, or if you will get into it. Mug is the memeiest root beer, okay? It is the foamiest root beer, and I think it has, I apologize to the Mug fans, I think it has the least amount of flavor. I think Mug is the worst out of the three when it comes to taste. However, the memes, and it has the best branding. Mug is the best branding out of the root beers, and it carries a lot of the root beer culture, dare I say it. Without Mug, root beer wouldn't be where it's at today, and without Mug, I think root beer would have fallen off as a soda. Without the Instagram memes and the TikToks, like unironically, as dumb as it sounds, it's a nice catch, I don't think root beer would be discussed as much. I think Mug keeps, this is a certified Mug moment, I think Mug keeps root beer relevant. They all serve a purpose, okay? Mug keeps root beer relevant, and it's so important. Mug might be the most important root beer, even though it's the worst out of the big three. That's how like strongly I feel about it, right? So Mug is probably rank 3 for taste, rank 1 for importance and like cultural impact. Now, the second best tasting root beer, and probably third most important for culture, maybe second most important for culture. Maybe it is a reverse list. A&W. I think A&W is the second best root beer taste-wise, and I think it's probably the second best for culture. There's the A&W restaurants. There's very few of those. I've been to one in my life. That was half Long John Silver's, half A&W. I got a burger there and a root beer, of course. It was fine. I think A&W is fine. It lacks the foam, but then A&W is noticeably less carbonated than the other ones. And then it's notably a lighter root beer. It's a lighter color compared to, especially Barks, but Barks and Mug. A&W, you get a lot of the caramelization. I think A&W has the most like caramelization, caramel type flavors. But lacks on the rootiness. It lacks on the barrel, you know. It doesn't have that bite that Barks has. The best tasting root beer is Barks root beer, okay? It's so good. It tastes like it's been aged for 100 years, because it might literally have been, because nobody buys Barks, so it just sits in factories and probably sits in their barrels that they definitely don't use. Dude, I love Barks root beer. It has a bite to it. It's got like a perfect little spice element. It has Barks has an extremely deep, dark, rooty flavor. But it also has the sweetness, like a ton of sweetness and sugar poured in to back it up. Barks root beer is fantastic. Barks is the best. Barks has that bite to it. It is the best. It is the boomer man's root beer. However, there's not really the only downside is there's not a diet Barks, or it's really hard to find. There might be one that exists. It's really hard to find a diet Bark root beer. Yeah, there are some that exist. It's at least where I live. I do not find Bark Zero or Diet Bark. And I really like drinking diet sodas and zero sugar sodas. But Barks is one of the few sodas I will make an exception for. I will have about a 12 pack of Barks a year because I love it so much. It's worth the calories, and I don't need any more calories. Okay, I have my food to eat, my food discussions, right? So I wish if Barks Zero was more available near me, I would be a very happy camper, is what I can say for sure. Barks is the best soda, but least cultural impact. I'll say, like, I don't think Who talked about Barks? Who talks about it? There's no memes. They don't have any TikTok game. They have no Riz. Like, I need Barks to like collaborate with Kai Cenat or something, right? And it's not that I personally want that. I've never watched a Kai Cenat stream, but I understand you have to adapt with the times or die, okay? And Mug is the king of adapting with the times, okay? Which is what's kept them relevant. I think Barks has the formula. Barks is like Mr. Krabs, right? They have the secret recipe, the secret formula to the best root beer, but they don't advertise it. Only people who know, but they need to get their meme game up. They've got to get a social media manager who's posting brain rot content like the Buffalo Bills. My wife, it sounds insane, but it's so true. My wife, who does not really care about football, is becoming a Buffalo Bills fan because they post brain rot content on Instagram Reels. Like, it matters, man. It matters, people. Like, memes, cultural impact, and memes are power. Look at things like crypto coins, like meme coins, right? A lot of these meme coins, they have I'm sorry, will they have lasting power? I don't know. It's not a financial discussion. I have no fucking idea. But you have to acknowledge memes have power. Memes have power, and cultural impact and brain rot is taking over. So you either adapt to it or you die. And Barks has the best taste in root beer, and I don't want them to die. So please, dear Zaddy Bark, please, sponsor Speed, get Ludwig to like chug some Barks on a game show. Like, you gotta do something, bro. At this point, like, I just need Barks to not be lost to history, and I will be barking myself on stream, woof woof, to just hopefully try to prevent the decay of Barks root beer in our culture. So long live Barks. Much love to you. The best root beer, the best flavor, the best taste, the best culture, not the best culture, the worst culture in root beer, but the best fucking product, man. Bark, bark, boys.